Authentic mortification is interior and springs from conviction of the heart and a renunciation of self-love. In Nazareth, it is the least who commands, and it is the holiest who obeys. This is the characteristic of obedience, which does not consider the person, but God Himself whom they represent. Jesus desired the cup of suffering, therefore we should desire it with Him. A sacrifice not accepted with joy is not a sacrifice at all. It is only by suffering that we sanctify ourselves, and the spouses of a crucified Lord should carry their cross generously. How many souls would have been damned if they had not suffered? The more God loves a soul, the more He tests her. The three vows are the nails of Calvary. They crucify us with Jesus, but it is sweet to suffer with and for the one whom we love. When our soul is confronted with tempest, we should stay anchored firmly to God, and it is for Him alone how we left the world. Mortification of the heart, of the spirit, and of the senses give you great freedom to fly towards God. Mary suffered for the sake of Jesus. What one left, the other experienced. Such should be the nature of the sufferings of a religious. True sufferings are silent. The tears of the heart flow silently in secret. You accepted religious life in order to diet yourself, to immolate yourself, and to sacrifice yourself to God. Jesus knows you. He thinks of you. He loves you. If you love Jesus, you will imitate Him and be meek and humble of heart like Him. If you live well like a religious, you would think more of God and less of yourself, for in the convent you should not be looking for your comfort or for the satisfaction of your self-love. Let us give in to others, forget ourselves. God knows to do His work much better than if we had done it by ourselves. Who can imagine the sweet conversation of Jesus with His gentle mother? The light that emanated from His eyes, the sweet harmony of His voice, and the penetrating force of His teachings when He used to teach her to love humility, the hidden life, and poverty. Studying the sorrows of Mary is the best way of acquiring the spirit of penance. When you are overcome by sadness, when darkness invades your intelligence, go to the One who is the light and true love. In your sorrows, our recourse to Mary. She knows them all, for she has experienced it all. True mortification does not consist in depriving yourself of food, but of accepting whatever is served, whether it is according to your taste or not. If you observe your rule well, it will give you occasion to practice continual mortification. The means to overcome temptation and discouragement is not to reason out, but to act as if one is full of joy and enthusiasm. Tell your sorrows to Jesus when He is in your heart. He will not betray you and will always console you. He is your God, your Father, and your friend. When you are in consolation, make provision for the days of famine. But when you are in pain, it is a time to sow in order to reap in glory later on. Like Mary, we should benefit from the days of suffering so that we might practice the teachings we have received as a proof of our unfailing love. Only those who are really happy, who are already to undertake everything and bear up everything for God. Nothing is better than to suffer and to die for God, since it is a perfect act of love. It is from God alone that we should seek relief from our sufferings, since He alone can and will alleviate them and make them meritorious for us.